Happy Sunday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 476. It is Sunday, March 29th, 2026. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. I have 4 cards for you tonight, and they are my cards from our Stampin Virtual Event yesterday. And so I'm going to share with you the 4 cards that we made. And so that way, if you don't know what a virtual event is like, then you could see for yourself so that you can join us for our next one. And I'm going to put you down at the table in just a second. If you get motion sickness or anything like that, just look away and I'll let you know when I am done messing around with camera. So hold on. So, as I said, today is Sunday, so hopefully you had a good weekend. Oh, Tina, welcome. All right, here goes that awkward twist down to the table, and there we go. And we're going to tighten it up. Oops, let's go this way. There we go. How you doing, Tina? Did you enjoy your weekend so far? Ugh. All right. Let's get this thing situated a little bit. Squish in a little bit more. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good, right? Okay. Let's see if we can go over here a little bit more. All right, I am done messing with the camera. And we're going to put some more light out there. And again, we'll try that hand thing. Okay, so again, my name is Joy Borwedge. I have an Instagram page. It's Stampin' for Joy. My YouTube page is Joy A. Borwedge. And then I have an online store that is open 24/7. And that is stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. Good. Ooh. Granddaughter, but oh well, you know what, that's going to come really soon. You know, you got to snuggle with anybody, right now. Give them some love. penguinz33@outlook.com is my email address, so that if you would like to be put on my email list so that you can be invited to, say, a stamp camp at my apartment or any of the Stampin' Up! Specials that come very quickly. We usually get like a day or 2 notice if, say, there is a free shipping day, or if certain stamp sets go on sale, or if stamping tools go on sale. So I like to get that out. Also, I have a Stampin' for Joy Facebook page as well. So how this works is that we're on my Joy Borwedge Facebook page, and we're recording this. We're live, and then what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll download it to my YouTube page and to my Stampin' for Joy page. So then that way you can find it somewhere. On Instagram, you'll see a hashtag number 476 when you see this on my Instagram page, so that if you within the 30 days want to go and see how the cards were made, you can use that hashtag. Same thing with the YouTube page. That way you'll also see hashtag 476, so that if you, say, come in while I'm making the 3rd card, you can come back in and watch that replay. All right, so let's talk about a few things first. Right now, this is the current annual catalog, and this is the current spring mini catalog. So these are actually this is going to be the actual last annual catalog that we'll have, and this will be the last mini catalog that we'll have. Stampin' Up! Is coming out with 3 catalogs in 3 times a year. And that way, what they're doing is they're going to commingle the minis together. And that way, you're not saying, well, what catalog is that in? Is it then in the annual catalog? Is it the mini catalog? Is it in the online store? So basically what they're going to do is they're going to have a new catalog that is going to be out for trimesters. So the next one's going to be good for May, June, July, and August. And then you'll have the core products in all three of the catalogs. And then you'll have new product that is brought in for those next 4 months. So that can contain holidays and that type of thing. So I'm looking very forward to only mailing 3 catalogs a year rather than 3 separate ones. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that. And then we'll still have the online exclusives, so that gives Stampin' Up! A way to introduce new product several times a year. All right, so let's show you. This is the online exclusives that are going on now. And Stampin' Up! Likes to introduce new product so that you feel like you have new stuff, that it's not stale. They want to introduce new trends and, give you things. Stacy, hi there, little lady. How you doing? How's the little baby mama going? So anyways, this is what we're going through now. And this is the May releases. So lots of exclusive product in that one. Can't wait to share the inside of that release. Carolyn, hi. That's okay. I hope you're feeling better today. Let's see. We'll watch now and then put them together soon. Cool. Notes of Spring is the product of the month that is going on now. Now, you never know when they're going to run out. So if you have a $75 order, you will get a chance to purchase this for only $5. And I'm excited about that just because it gives something for each month, something different to purchase at a really cheap price. Now, the next month is going to be Eyelet Bloom dies. And I don't know if you could see this, but this is going to bring soft texture to any card, but you can kind of see that the cut out flowers there. It's just so pretty, and it gives you great texture. So this is going to be available in April for only $5 when you purchase. Hi, Kimberly. Welcome. So the Notes of Spring is going on now, and the product of the month, Eyelet Blooms Die, is going to be available in April. So I just kind of wanted to show you a little sweet taste of that. Now, coming in April 29th through May 1st is a scrapbooking fun time retreat. And this is going on from 2 to 9 Mountain Time. So that would be from 3 to 10 in Minnesota time. And it says the end times might, change. The times may vary. And you could purchase this kit for $250. And the kit is 168051. And it comes with everything that you need to put together 10 spreadsheet album. So what you're doing is you're making 10 scrapbook pages, and you're going to get a chance to put together these pages along with a Stampin' Up! Employee, and they give you the tips and the tricks. So the tips and tricks will be what you can use in everyday scrapbooking. So the one thing about the $250 for the kit is that it, like I said, it includes everything for it, except for the adhesive that you're going to use and the scissors, things like that. But you will also get a $25 credit reward credit, I should say. And what you do with that is it, goes towards your next purchase if you want to use it, or if you want to save them up to use kind of like as a reward, so you can buy that bigger thing at a cheaper discount. So the kit is called the 2026 Virtual Album Retreat Happiness is Here Kit, and it's going to be 3 days. Now, if you can't make it, you're actually going to be getting a Facebook page invite, and you get to go back and re-watch. You can stop, pause, rewind, and so that's going to be also sent to you. So go back in and play with that at your own leisure. Okay, so things coming up. The Stampin Event.com is the in-person event that's coming up. I just want you to know what date it is to put it on your calendar, and that is Saturday, July 18th. And then that way, you're not scheduling anything for that day. All right? And then we have the next virtual stampinevent.com. That is going to be Saturday, July 25th. And so today, what I'm going to do is show you my 4 cards that I designed for the virtual event that we had yesterday. And so it's going to kind of give you an idea of what to expect. So if you see this, and that, say, somebody in Tennessee likes to papercraft, send, share this on your Facebook page, and it helps. And then it might, show somebody, hey, I might want to do this. So this first card, which is card number 5 in the event, it is using the Brushed with Beauty Suite collection, and that is from the November online exclusives. And so part of it's kind of considered a mega suite because there's 2 stamp sets and 2 die sets. So we're using the Words of Beauty bundle out of this suite collection, and then also we're using the Stylish Shapes dies, and then the Brushed with Beauty Designer Series paper. Now, when we have the virtual events, we are not allowed to send any stamped images. So we focus on product that is die cuts and Designer Series paper. And then you fill in with the greetings that you want to use. Now, I sent out the everything's die cut for you. And so this here is Calypso Coral. This here is brain fart. Let's see, Darling Duckling. I had to go look at the ink pad. And this is Petal Pink, and we have Cum Cake. And this here is a piece of scrap paper, and that is from the Designer Series paper on that page as well. And then it has Very Vanilla, and it came with the Mossy Meadow card base. And so the first thing that I did was I used also Calypso Coral ink pad. And so the first thing that I want to point out is that you need to have your own adhesive for this. So the first thing that I did was put a little bit of adhesive right here. And this here is going to be just laid down like that. So when you put this together, you don't want any, oh, somebody's giving me a thumbs up so early. I like that. when you do something like this, okay, you don't want to have anything going over the edge, because when this opens, it's going to hit that. And I'm only putting adhesive here so that it kind of remains a little floppy. And that's actually what I want. I like floppy. And now we're going to put this piece on dimensionals, and you also supply your own dimensionals in a virtual event. And now when we had our in-person event, we had kits for sale. So then that way, when they purchased the kit at the in-person event, it saved them money on shipping. And so I know that some people are not in town for our in-person event, so that's okay. And so now I want to decide which way I want to have mine flow, and I think that's about right. And then I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet. And what we do with the virtual event is I'm only going to put a little bit there at the end. And we actually record videos. And so then that way we can pause them, we can rewind them. And okay, so that goes right on top. And again, not going over the edge. And that way, if we make a mistake while recording, we can always go back in and restart. Now, sometimes you can, we'll also send you videos of all 8 from our videos, so that even if you attended and you didn't put them together, you can always, go back in and watch it. So I'm going to grab my penguin from my, I bought that from the Country Hive, and I'm going to place a little dot of glue, and I am going to use my brush that my friend Carolyn gave me. Hi, Laura. Welcome. I see you. Yeah. And Dawn, she wasn't able to join us right in the beginning, and she had to leave. So it's great to do that. So what you're doing is Carolyn, she cut this for me. She gave it a good haircut. It's a silicone brush. And we're just going to go tap, tap, tap into the glue. And we're going to add this glue to the backing. So it's like mini tiny glue dots all over. And you want to try to keep your piece that you're adding glue to. Gosh darn it, I did this again. I just recently bought a second craft sheet. And so, hi Tina, welcome. So I'm supposed to, do this with, this one's supposed to be not glue and the other one's supposed to be glue, and I keep on forgetting that I have a second one now. I did that in the video too, but also in the video, if you watched that, I had a big glob of glue come out, and in between my recording of 5 and number 6, I cleaned it all up and everything. So we can go back. So I'm going to put this over here out of my area, and I'm going to grab the one that says glue, and that will be my until the other glue dries, and then we'll just roll that off. Okay, so then we're going to take this piece and we're going to add the adhesive to the designer series paper. And I made this designer series paper a little long. I always do that just so that you can snip it off, because, you know, sometimes when you're cutting, you think you're cutting perfect, and it's too short. And then you have to go back in, and you have to cut it again. Well, I'd rather have too long and to have you guys snip it off than to not have enough. And then I have to go back in and cut more paper. Yeah, not doing that. All right, so we're going to take those two pieces and throw them in the trash. And now hopefully I'm going to stamp good now, because I added that designer series paper and everything to the front. So what I should have done is stamped my greeting first, but somebody's going to win this card. So hopefully, if it doesn't turn around right, I have two other cards that I can always use. So I'm going to grab my, oh, and I forgot to change out the paper. We're going to tap, tap, tap into the ink pad. Tap, tap, tap. No squishing. We're not killing spiders. And we're going to try to put this, ooh, 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 ooh. And this is the reason why you wear dark clothes when you're stamping. And we're just going to try to go straight and allow that ink to transfer. And woohoo, it worked. So yay. We're going to put that over to the side. And that is actually the only stamping that we're doing on this card. Okay, so then we're going to move this out of the way, put the adhesive on the back, and this is my card base, and I like to do it this way because I have shared this many times. All right, I think I like that. Sherry, hey there, girlfriend, how you doing? Welcome. Sherry's the demonstrator from Iowa. Carolyn, say hi to Sherry. Yes, I do have extra kits from both the in-person and the virtual. Yes, I do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet, and we're going to put adhesive just on this part right here. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the end part. And Sherry, have you placed your pre-order yet? I have not. I have stuff in my cart. Okay. That is good, Carolyn. I got them. I have to get the kits from the in-person, or sorry, the virtual event from Heidi, but we'll have more. We'll have a chance to get them to you pretty soon. All right, so because this here is not raised up, that's why we got dimensionals, and then over here it's raised up. That's why it's just getting the adhesive. And so we're gonna just lightly push that down, and there we go. And so that is where we're at. And so now we're going to take your pick tool, and we're going to grab the dots, and we're going to put that down here in the corner, and then up here. No, I'm going to change this. I'm going to put this one right here, and then I'm going to put this one. Oh, I just put it on my mat, my craft mat. And there we go. All right. So now we have created a triangle with our gems. And now, if you've followed me, you know what's going next. I have the Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to give that a good shake. And I'm going to take a drink. All right. So we're going to grab the Wink of Stella. We're going to color but we're going to lay the kind of the brush side, you know, kind of like on the side, and it's going to grab the Calypso curl. And I'm shaking because I'm nervous. That's okay. Just going to try not to do the crumb cake part. You know, I could have done this. I always think about this after I glue it on. But if you do it before you attach it, then you could do that on a scrap piece of paper and do that easier. I like to do things the hard way. Ask people at work. They might agree. All right, we're almost done, actually. This is a pretty easy card to recreate. Okay, so all that glimmer. And so there we go. This is our first card for the evening, but technically it's card number 5. And what is that? All right, I'm going to just grab a piece of paper towel, clean that up, just in case it's something I don't want to get on my card, but then you can look at that while I grab a piece of paper towel. All right. And then we're just going to wipe whatever that is. I mean, it could be, you know, a little bit of liquid from the Wink of Stella, but I don't want to lay something down in it. All right, so this is card number 5. So I want to put a little notation on that. So then that way when I pick a winner, I can put the name on it and say, you won card number 5. If I can get my Post-it notes to work. All right, number 5. Okay. And then I also, like I said, you know, I have the one that I put together for the event, and then my, you know, sample card. Okay, so I don't get those all mixed up. Okay, so now that was card number 5. We're going to get to get everything ready for the second card coming up tonight. Okay, so the next card features product from the Lovely Blossoms Sweet Collection. And this is a January online exclusive. It is still available. However, I think some of the things are either not available for order right now or it's coming in. I can't remember. I looked and I should have written them down. That wasn't yesterday. I was trying to place my pre-order. So this is the Lovely Arrangements. It has continuously gone out of stock, just because, I don't know if it's the dies or if it's the paper, but the paper, it is 4 sheets and you get 3 of each. And the color combination is Crumb Cake, Cloud Cover, Old Olive, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. And this designer series paper is phenomenal. And then we have the Moody Palette Dots that belongs in that collection. And so let's see what else. All right, so we're going to grab all my stuff from this. Now, if you don't have this suite, you could certainly get away with using another type of flower. I am using this flower in Secret Sea. Now, if you don't have Secret Sea, you can also use Versamark. And Secret Sea is a very It's a dark, dark blue. It's like Night of Navy and Black had a baby. That's what somebody said. And I actually like it. So we're going to take this card and we're going to open it up. And we have a piece of, 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. And then we have a piece of basic white, the inside of basic white. And then we have this piece, which is the opposite side of that. We have a flower, and I forgot to pre-cut it, so we're going to have to do that live. And then we have 2 sets of leaves. One is single and one's 2. And then we have the ribbon and a die cut off that scallop die. It's not scallop, but we're using it as a scallop. Just trying to, I like to show things to people, ideas on how to use something that really wasn't as it wasn't intended, I guess. And then I have 3 pieces of the Moody Palette dots. And now we're going to grab the Secret C, and we're going to grab the Stampin' Pearson mat, and we're going to take this flower, tap, tap, and we're just going to kind of move it in different ways down at the bottom. It's pretty simple, okay? And I got my finger in the ink pad already. Okay, then we are going to, might as well do this one while we're at it. We're going to stamp off, and then we're going to stamp this in a stamped off, so you could see the color, okay, diminish in that one. And then we're going to close this up, and we're going to grab the crumb cake, and that is going to go, and it's going to say Sending Smiles, and that's going to go right across there. And then we're going to take, while we have that ink pad open, we're going to take the Happy Birthday that is from this sweet collection, and we're just going to go right there. Okay, and we're just going to close that up, and then we're going to put that over there, and we're going to grab these 2 pieces. It is available, low inventory. Thank you for checking, Carolyn. So if you like this card and you don't own it, go get it now, because it's low inventory. And we never know when they're going to restock it or not. So go for it, guys. Grab it. Okay, we're going to take Petal Pink, and we're going to grab some color, and we're going to start off, and we're going to turn our paper so that when we start off on our, we start off on here so that we don't have the blotchiness, and we don't have only one area on the edge highlighted in pink. So we're moving that starting position all over, okay? And when I made my video, I forgot about this one and had to go back in and do it. So now that I'm live, I'm reminding myself that I did this, yesterday. So I'm like, oh yeah, when I do my Facebook Live, and it's, grab that color. So like there's different color or different shades of pink. Some are darker, some are lighter, but as you can tell, I'm just calling these white daisies. Which one, please? This suite is called Lovely Blossoms. And this is card number 6. So this was done yesterday. And, okay. And so then Kimberly, she joined us yesterday for our Stampin' event. That's her first virtual. So glad I got to meet you in person. Well, technically, I got to see your face, Kimberly. All right. And so I just bent my piece. You're welcome. All right. So we're just changing this up and kind of making some spots darker, some spots lighter. But who says your designer series paper has to say the same color that they showed you? All right. So we're going to put that away. And now I am going to grab my scissors. And now I have to fussy cut this little puppy out. All right. So the idea is this has the, let's see, petal pink on the outside edge. And I want to have that petal pink border around my flower. And this is the designer series paper. And so some people got a bigger flower. Some people got a smaller flower. But I love the fact that the designer series paper is generally used for dies to cut out. Like the cutest bug. After you run out of designer series paper, you have all those dies to stamp and cut. So it's a lot of fun. Using multiple ways. Am I cutting? Oh, I'm not even cutting camera. Sorry, guys. I have to look that way because that's the light. Or that's where one of the lights are. And so I don't want to have a shadow on my designer series paper. All right, and I'm just going to not go all the way down to the flower. All right. Good. So our next one is going to be July 25th, I believe she said. And we're going to try something different. We kind of took a vote. And in the beginning, Heidi and I decided what stamp set we were going to use. And I bought one stamp set and designed 4 cards. And then Heidi bought one stamp set or bundle or suite collection and made 4 cards. And so then that way we gave you guys enough time to purchase those stamps or bundles or suite collection that went with the cards. And we kind of made it so then that way when we were doing our prepping for our person event, and see how that turned out, our in-person event, then we started taking those kits and changing them up to so we wanted to kind of see what you guys thought. And so everybody kind of liked the multiple ways. And so we thought, well, maybe I buy a stamp set and design 2 cards, and then I pick 2 more stamp sets. So then that way I use 3 and then she uses 3. And so, you know, that could be a way too to do it. All right, so we're going to attach the inside, this designer series paper to the inside of the card. And all right. Now I put this, again, I made this longer, and that way what we're supposed to do, oh, and I have a little bit of glue, so I'm just going to have to cut that off, or brush that off with my little glue eraser. All right, I think that's good. And then I'm going to grab our paper snips, and we're just going to cut a tiny bit off so that it hangs over a little bit. And try to make this equidistant. And straight. All right. Okay, good to know, Carolyn. Thank you for sharing and looking that up. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this on the inside of the card. And we're going to make it so that it is equidistant from the top and the 2 sides. But we're going to have more space down on the bottom because I want to show off the inked flower that's down there in Secret C. So it's tone-on-tone stamping. All right. So then now we are going to put down our main floral piece, and that is going to go directly on here. Oh boy, I forgot. Almost forgot. We're going to put our adhesive on one side, and we're going to put our little scallops. There we go. Now we're going to add adhesive to that. And we're going to put that now on here. There we go. Much better. I'm like, I'm forgetting something. And there we go. And then we're going to take this piece, and I'm going to line this up on my Glass Mat Studio so it is equidistant, and I am going to puncture a hole right there. Oops, nope. I moved. There we go. Right there. And then that way, I know where my center is, and I am going to cut to that spot where I poked a hole. And I'm going to use that as my guide to know where I went. All right, and go far enough. There we go. And so now we have equal spacing. So I would have to sit there, you know, and cut up the center this way, and I would have too much space over here and not enough space over there. And actually, I'm just going to cut that. There we go. Much better. All right, so then now we're going to put this piece on, and we're going to put that on. Make sure I'm going to rub my glue dots off. Okay, my mini. I'm going to grab a baby wipe now that it's all clean, because I want to use my glue for glue and this one for my adhesive. And I'm just going to let that... Okay, there we go. And I'm going to flip that puppy over. And now we're going to put adhesive on here. And that is going to go on. And this, you know, I did the same thing while I did my video. I put it on crooked. And we're just going to make it not crooked, because that really bugs me. Okay, so this is going to go on here like that. And then we're going to take this and we're going to put this on here. And I'm just going to use tape because it works really good. And make this. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, man. Leave it to me to make my tape hang over the edge. Oh, boy. Anybody ever have a trouble making a card before? Me? Okay. And then what you see is what you get. It is all real and none of it's edited. All right, so then we're going to flip that over and go like that. And now we're going to put dimensionals on here. And grab one, not two, and then three, come on, and four. We're going to put one in the middle. And we're going to stab and grab those backings, because you can stab dimensionals as much as you want and you won't go to jail. Stab a person, yeah, you're in trouble. All right, so then we're going to put that right to the left of happy birthday. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the back. And, oh, we have one, we have two dimensionals left. All right, so one there and one right there. And then we're going to just cut some. I will never start a new dimensional pack until all my outer layer is done, because I would be left with a whole bunch of outers. And so, nope, I will not start. And then, I mean, you know the fun of starting a whole new dimensional pack? Yum, yum, yum. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so then one more piece right here. And then I'm going to just take those off and lightly set this down. Gently. Okay. Because I want to put, let's see, we're going to take our bone folder, and I like to do this towards me And then take a little bit of adhesive and while it's on my finger, and stick that under here. Find out where that's from, where that dimensional is hiding, okay? And then we're going to do the little guy. And, it doesn't matter if you put this on first and then go like this, but just do it very gently because you don't want to rip off your leaf. And I have done that, but I also glued it back to where it's supposed to go. All right, you. There. Now push down. And we are, not done. Okay, so we're going to grab, I got white, and some people might have blue, or not blue, the shaded, cloud cover. I think maybe, no, I don't think I used green. I don't think you got green in yours. All right, so I'm going to put one down here in the corner, and then one up here in the corner, and then one right up here I'm actually going to put it right there. I'm going to put it on this side. So 1, 2, and 3. And I refocused my putty. And so now we're going to grab the Wink of Stella. And I'm going to do the center. And then kind of the cloud cover bits where the artist has the parts of the flower. Okay, and then you could do the veins. Now, one thing about doing designer series paper is you don't have to clean that off. Okay, and then do the center of the flower. Try not to hit the crumb cake because you don't want to blend them together. So isn't that pretty? That is card number 6. And I'm going to just swipe that off so it's clean. And so what do you think? Card number 6. Okay, so we're going to put that away. And put a number on it. Number 6. And then and put all our toys away from this card. And now we're going to grab the next one. And cleaning my space up. All right, so we're doing Cute as a Bug Sweet Collection, and we are using the Sweet Bugs bundle and the Designer Series paper. Then we're also using the Everyday Arches that is from the annual online exclusives. I'm sorry, I have it right up there. And so I do that so I can tell you where to go get it if you want to put it in your cart. Okay, let's see here. So now everybody got a different set. Now, if you already had the virtual event, you might have gotten different critters from your kit. So I demonstrated with the kit that I had, and then I showed everybody my original card. So then that way, they could see what, if they had the same critters as the original card, then they could see how I put that together. So I have Pool Party and the basic gray ink pad, and then also the Old Olive ink pad. Now I am using the Spread Joy and the Hello Friend from the Sweet Collection. And I need to grab my, where did my green go? Oh, my Old Olive is in the last one. All right, so my Old Olive. And then you need 2 brushes, one for Old Olive and one for the Pool Party. And so let me see if I can get this little tiny baggie open with all my critters in it. So if you haven't put your cards together, I will also show you the card that I put together for the video. Okay, I'm going to lick my fingers and go this way. There we go. That opened it. Jeez. Okay, so I have a bumblebee. That's going to be for the inside. And the ladybug reading the book. That will go on the outside as well. And my bumblebee will be holding a watering can, and the bubble, so these 3 will be outside of the card, and this is going to be the inside of the card. We have the Designer Series paper, and then a piece of Old Olive, and we have Ladybug with 2 dewdrops, and we have your arch. Okay, so let's see. We're going to put this part together. And how I got it to the way I wanted it is I put this down here with no adhesive on it, okay, and equidistant. And this part right here also equidistant. So there might be an open space in the middle, and that doesn't matter. It's just that everything is where it's supposed to be, okay? Well, good. She loves ladybugs. Awesome. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to line up these 2 paper edges, and I just moved it. So now we're going to put that back. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take adhesive and put it all the way across, most of it. And then we're going to lay it down on the top and the bottom. So it looks like it's one complete sheet, right? Okay. Then, come on, I put a little bit too much of adhesive on there. Okay, so then we're going to snip that off. And put that right there. And right there. And then now we're going to put adhesive on the top and the bottom. And that is going to go on our card right in here. Okay, I think we're good. All right, smoosh down. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to put that off to the side, and we're going to grab the Stampin' Pearson mat and our blends, or our blending brushes. So I'm going to put these little critters over here, all on my paper so I don't lose them. And so I'm going to open up my ink pad, and I'm going to leave it sit just like that. And I'm going to hold. Leaving it open like that allows your blending brush to sit there when you are working with it, and then it won't weeble wobble and get your space all dirty and inky. Okay, so just the brushes. I'm going to take a little bit of the color, and this is Old Olive, and I'm just going to do about a 1/2 inch. Okay, and just grab some of that color. And that is about it. Okay, now we're going to close that up because we don't need that anymore. And we're going to do the same thing with our pool party. And let me just move that. I'm going to close it all up. And then we're just going to grab some color. And again, we're going to start off in different places around the arch. So then that way you see a blue all the way around. And kind of down towards where the green is, okay? So it can be a little like that. So we are getting that color in there. Then I'm going to take my basic gray, and we're going to grab the greeting, hello friend, and we're going to put that at the top of the arch. And the reason why you want to do this first is because you want to have enough space to put your critters on here and then be able to stamp. So if you stamp first, then you know where to put your critters. So if you do it backwards, I can't help you. That's just the way it goes. Oh, and you know what? Let's do the greeting for the inside, seeing as how we are stamping. And it's going to say, spread joy. Because if you send a card to somebody, aren't you spreading joy? And if it's not a joyful occasion, you're letting them know that you're thinking of them. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to close that up. Whew. Okay, so like I said, this is the inside of our card, so we're done with that. So we're going to put that, I'm going to move this out of the way, and we're going to go on the inside here and make it equidistant as much as we can all the way around. There we go. I think that's good. Okay, so the bumblebee is going to be at the top. And I'm going to put that right there. And I'm not going to smush. I'm not going to smush that down yet. Just because I want to make sure that my watering can is not going to be, there we go. It's going to be perfect. But you know what we're going to do is, first of all, I am going to take my scissors and I am going to just go up and in so that the bee looks like, the bee is stuck to my finger. Okay. There we go. And under there. And spread joy. And there we go. Haha. Okay, so then now we're going to decorate our main event. And I'm going to take my ladybug and I'm going to put that right here, reading, and then we're going to take this and we're going to put that on mini dimensionals. So I really didn't show how to put everybody's card together because I didn't have all the critters. So I basically told them that, you know, basically do what you want. If you wanted to use all the critters on the front of the page and then not the inside, that's okay. You know, this is your card. This is, you know, however you want to do it. Okay. And then I'm actually going to put this little daisy right here. Now, if I wanted to, I mean, I guess I could put this little daisy down at the bottom to give it some fun on the inside, down where we're signing the card. And we'll put a little bit of Winkostella on that too. And then we'll put this guy right here. And then we're going to take, and we're going to put I'm actually going to put my ladybug on the ground because I was going to put the flowers there, but then I decided to change my mind, so I had an empty spot. And then we're going to put the other dewdrop, no, on the other flower. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to grab the larger dimensionals. Come on. And we're going to put that on right there. So stab and grab those backings. Throw those away. All right. And then we're going to put that right there, kind of to the left side. And grab our Winkostella. Now I'm going to do the black dots and then the flower. Lily of the Valley. And kind of the veins on the leaves. And then we'll go back in. You can kind of see that, right? And then we'll do the flower. And the leaf. And the little grass. And how about the wings on the little bumblebee? And maybe the stripes and this little stinger and the flower on the pot. Spread joy. Okay, so that is card number 7 from the virtual event. So then here, so this is card number 7. So let me put that on there. So then that way I know which card to give the winner. I'll put that on there. So here's the original card with the flower down at the bottom. And then here is the one that I did for the video using the caterpillar. So that is card number 7. What do you think? Do you like this one? Okay, so let's grab the stuff for our last one. And the last one, this one's my favorite because it is a fun fold. And it was the one I was teasing during my Facebook Lives. So then that way you would kind of get an idea of what. So we are using the Country Woods Designer Series paper that is in the annual catalog. And then we're using the lovely and beautiful specialty paper. And that is from the Sweet collection called Lovely and Beautiful. And that is on page 24, this one, on page 24 in the Spring Mini Catalog. Now, I'm assuming that this designer series paper is going to go away just because it's been around for a while. Stampin' Up! Does not normally carry designer series paper from say a Spring Mini Catalog or a catalog from the annual catalog from last year and putting it into the annual catalog the next year. That's very rare. And so Stampin' Up! Did that several times with designer series paper lately. And so this one I'm thinking is going to kind of come to an end. And so if you like this like I do, get it now. And so we're using the specialty paper, and it has that foil, that gold foil in there, as you can tell. And not that we're, but I just kind of want to show you some of the dies, what they do. This is the Simply Beautiful dies. These are the items that get stamped, and the dies cut them out. And then everything that you kind of see here are above and beyond. So this is just a great stamp set and dies. So here's the beautiful celebrated dies, and here is the beautifully celebrated stamp set. So this is a bundle, and then this is the Simply Beautiful bundle. And so it's a mega suite, as you can tell, and it also has the Beautifully Adorned Ephemera pack, and that's part of that suite as well. So this is a beautiful suite collection, and it says wedding wishes, holding you in my heart, thinking of you, and to the happy couple. It doesn't necessarily, you can use this for a wide variety of things. Also, scrapbooking. Okay, so then also I said I'm using the right words, and this is on page 89 in the annual catalog, and we made quite a few birthday cards just because it's something that people kind of need. And you know what? It's the beginning of the month of April coming up pretty soon. So I know birthdays have already, gone by, but we got more. There's a box elder bug on my screen. Like, spring is here already. It's outside, luckily, but already? All right. Okay, so let me show you. We need early espresso, and if you have this one, I'm using the happy birthday and to someone worth celebrating every single day. And now when you put these card kits together, you don't have to use the same greetings that I am if you have this, but it's okay. And then we also have the Timid Tiger and a blending brush also. Let's see. So here is card kit. And we also need the Old Olive. And I'm going to take that back out of the last one we just did. And we're going to use that too. Okay, so this is card number 8. This is a fun fold. And it's a lot of fun. And like I said, I've never made this one before. And so I could not wait to actually show this card for the event. All right, so we have the earthen tone texture that is in both of the dies. It's kind of like a chocolate color. And if somebody says it's bronze, it is not. We've had bronze before, and that's more brown than bronze. And then we have 3 of the Old Olive leaves. We have 2 timid tiger flowers. And then we have, I'm just going to put that there. And then the timid tiger flowers. And then 2 of the pool party flowers. And we have this. It's going to be our base for our flower. Then we have the Designer Series paper and crumb cake piece. We have our mechanism. And then we have our rhinestones, which I used the dark timid tiger brush, blending brush, Stampin' Blends, Stampin' Blends. Then we have a piece of basic white, and then we have crumb cake. So I'm actually going to do some stamping just so that I can get the colors going, and then we can create. All right, so grab the Old Olive, and I am going to put that right here to the edge, close to the edge. Okay. Oh, I wibbled. I wobbled. Now we're going to do that again. Stamp down. No wobbling. Much better. Nope. I don't like that one either. Okay then. Let's see. We're going to grab another piece of basic white. Basic beige, basic white. Chat amongst yourselves. That is 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. Let's see if we can do that again. 3rd time's a charm, right? Tap, tap, tap. No squishing. We're not killing a spider. And there is a piece of fuzzy on there. I do not know why. You know what? We're going to just stamp that off. And and we're going to grab our Simply Chamois. And we're going to clean that little puppy off. Now this is red rubber. And in the catalog, there are red rubber stamp sets. If you like them, I suggest getting them. And the reason why Stampin' Up! Is moving away from red rubber, just because some of the components are getting harder to find. And Stampin' Up! Is committed to quality. So I know that there are other companies out there that use red rubber, and it's probably not the same quality that Stampin' Up! Is used to. So they just decided to go with the photopolymer while they can make that decision themselves and not be committed to having red rubber when it's kind of, gosh darn it, I need to maybe take some tape to my ink pad. It's kind of fuzzy. And now I got, okay, we're hoping that this is going to be a good one. Push down, lift up, perfect. See, third time is a charm. All right, we're good. And then we're going to take, I'm just going to put that away now, and we're going to grab our little banner, and that is from the dies. In here. Where did they go? I don't remember where I put them. My table's a mess right now, and it's driving me crazy. All right, so we're going to just see. That is actually pretty straight. Okay, so we're going to try to make this straight. The one in my video was not straight, and there we go. That's a lot straighter. Yay, yay me. Cool. Now we can attach. Okay, so that, okay, we're going to move that out of our way. Well, no. We need some coloring. We're going to take our Timid Tiger flower pieces, and right now these guys are just one note. They are Timid Tiger. Now we're going to add Timid Tiger coloring to kind of give it a little bit of texture. Okay, and now we're not doing the circular motion because, as you can see, there are pieces that are cut out, and we don't want to rip them off, because I have done that before. I tell you things because I have probably experienced them. Right, and so we're just basically following the way the image is cut out. See what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So that is what our flower looks like. And we're just going to do a little bit more down here. Okay. And I want a little more color right in here. All right. That is good. I am happy with that. So we're going to take, now, I think we're done stamping. We can get rid of this now. And we'll grab our silicone craft sheet. Tara, hi. So this, the two bigger pieces are kind of at the top. The two smaller pieces are at the bottom. This one, the chunkier part, is down at the bottom, and the skinnier part is at the top. That is how your flower is going to sit. And so we're going to take a dimensional, and we're going to put that right here. And we're going to stab and grab that backing, and we're going to put that right on our flower. Okay, so now, because I keep on telling you I should remember to do this, we're going to take the Wink of Stella, and at the, while it's on its side, we're just going to kind of give it some sparkle. And it doesn't have to be everything. It just has to have some here, some there. Okay. Then we're going to take the bone folder, and we're going to kind of do the same thing and just use a little tiny bit of gentleness. We're being very gentle with these because you can certainly rip them off. Okay, and so we're just giving it some structure. All right, so then now we're going to grab this piece and and we're just going to leave that sit for a moment. All right, so I want to take our bone folder and we're going to fold this and we're going to fold this towards each other, okay? And then we're going to use our bone folder and we're going to get a very nice crisp edge on both of these, okay? Okay, so one way and the other way. Okay, now we're going to take this little piece right here. Now you can use glue if you want. If you want to use tear and tape, you could do that too. And you're going to put this right at the edge like that. Then you're going to take your adhesive and go, oops. I was like, I think I'm done, but it hasn't completely gone away yet. To see my red line. Okay, so we're going to lay this down on our crumb cake and push down like that. So this is what it looks like so far. So we're going to take this Designer Series paper and we're going to add that to our crumb cake piece. Okay, and then we're going to take and only put adhesive on the bottom part, okay, of this. And then you're going to lay this down just like this at the top, so it kind of gives so it covers up that white piece, okay, and then push down. So that's what it's going to do, okay. And then we're going to put dimensionals, I should say a dimensional, on our flower right there in the center. And nope. Yeah. Never mind. I know what I'm doing. Did I? Yeah, I think I did. Or was it straight on? Nope. We're going to take this dimensional off. And we're going to put adhesive on here. And that is going to be, that's where it's staying, right there. And then we put dimensionals on the back side of here. See, that is what we do. There we go. That is getting stuck. There. So stab and grab those backings. Or flick them across your card, however you want to do it. Throw those away in the trash can. Now, the tall, skinny piece, that is the, let's see, that is the top. We're going to push down, okay, like that. And then we're going to take this piece right here and we're going to gently move our stamens. I think they're stamens. We're going to put that on with mini glue dots, kind of one right there, and make sure it doesn't stick to you while it's doing that. And then this one right there, and that's going to go in the center of the flower. And then let's throw that away. And then we're going to take there are 3 types of leaves, okay? And the middle one is going to be for this flower. So we're going to use the chubby leaf and the skinnier leaf. And we're going to put adhesive on just like that. And now, those are sticking to me. Gosh darn it. Static cling still exists. And then we're going to take, again, it's the tall part is one flower, and then the chunky part is the bottom flower. So we're just going to grab the next mini glue dot, and that's going to add right there. And we're going to take our piece like that. And then we're going to take the mini glue dot. Oops, I did this on the video. Put a piece of adhesive down first. Put your leaf on it. And then put your flower down. And I'm just going to use a mini glue dot on that. And that is going to squish right there. And then this piece right here, we're going to do the same thing. Just kind of curve it up a little bit and grab that next mini glue dot in line. Squish. And then attach that right in there like that. Okay. And then we're going to put dimensionals on our birthday. I could put 3 of them on there. 1, 2, 3. And now this card, you're like, well, where am I going to sign my card? So I'm going to make it so that this holds the card up, right? And you can sign whatever you want to in there. Now, this is how the card's going to sit. If you wanted to, you could put a piece of white back here if you wanted to say more, but for me, I am the least words. I'll speak to you, not write to you. And we're just going to add a little bit of Wink Stella. Yeah, I don't write books. All right, and then we're going to add our Timid Tiger. Now I'm going to put one right there by the leaf because I'm bringing that color from right here down there. And then I'm going to go right there for one. And our last one right up there. Okay, so we created that triangle. Okay, short and simple works for you, huh? Yes. So, like I said, this was my favorite card. This was card number 8. And I will show you the other ones. So we're going to put on here number 8. And I'm going to have you vote. And you will not hurt. That's a very bad 8, but that's okay. That's the reason why I write short and simple. Okay, let's see. So that is card number 8. This is card number 7. Card number 6. Got to make sure they all fit in the video. And card number 5. So, what do you guys think? Which is your favorite card? And then, while you're voting, let's see here. I'm going to get rid of that. I am going to pick 4 winners from this video to send one of these cards to. So there's going to be 4 different winners. You like number 8 the best, Dawn? Okay. Let's see. So if you do a thumbs up or a heart, that gets your name entered into the drawing. If you leave a comment, that gets your name entered. Oh, you like the ladybug? Really? Cool. Valerie likes number 6. Okay. So I got a little bit of all over. Okay. And so if you leave a comment, that gets your name in there. And then if you share this on your timeline, that will also get you 2 entries to win. Now, there might be a paper crafter that's on your timeline that maybe hasn't touched their stuff in a long time and might be inspired to get their craft stuff out again and make something and send them a card. So send out cards, maybe to make someone else's day. So I just want to say thank you very much for allowing me to come here every Sunday and most Thursdays after 5 o'clock and to share with you the interaction with you guys and the hearts and the thumbs up and the sharing. That makes me very happy and makes me want to keep coming back. And if you want to go to my YouTube and like and subscribe there as well. I have, I think, 81 followers. I'd like to get up to 100. That'd be kind of fun. And so I want to just say thank you for making this all worthwhile. Because Sundays and Thursdays are like my favorite time, is my craft time with you guys. Oh, Carolyn, you're so sweet. Thank you. So you guys have a great week. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday, I hope. Take care. Have a great week.